Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Mark Harris here from Prevention Enablers. Just getting you all caught up in what we've been doing, what's going on here at the Monday Morning Mash. Had our Shenandoah event this past weekend. A lot of fun. Saw a lot of guys out there. Well, everyone was out there. We did a trail run and a 6 and a 12-hour mountain bike race, all based out of Shenandoah River State Park. Awesome weather, great weather. We right there at the transition area, we have a access to the river, so people are able to cool off and swim. A little hot, a little humid later on. Crazy amount of pollen. That was actually an issue that came up for some of the later riders in the day. Just lots of pollen getting in people's eyes. But a really, really fun event. I want to thank Shenandoah River State Park and all the rangers there. They're always super cool to work with. Downriver for kind of co-hosting and letting us park in their area there. VeloFix, thank them for being out there on site, helping everyone with their bikes. All our volunteers, thank you for coming out and helping support the event. Bushnell Photography was out there. They'll have their pictures up and online later on this week. We've got some preview pics up on our Facebook page. Go and look at them. And we'll send everyone a notification when they're up and live later in the week. And of course, thanks to Greg and Margo, the other guys on our team. Long day out there working. Awesome job pulling that off. So results are up. You can go to our Adventure Enablers /results page. You'll see all our results there for both the trail running and the biking races. And we've already sent those points over, or the scoring over, to Vors. So Woody's been updating his stuff. So if you were out there doing part of the Virginia Off-Road Series for the mountain biking, those points are up and they're updated, including the Shenandoah points. So that's cool. Also this weekend we actually did a tracking event for Ignite Swim Run. They had an event up in Maryland. They did 6 legs of trail running intermixed with 6 legs of swimming up at Greenbrier Lake, and we did the tracking for those teams up there. So that was kind of nice. Everyone could see exactly where each of those teams were on the course during the day. So good job. And if you haven't checked those guys out, check out Ignite Swim Run. They're one of our partners. They're doing a whole load of swim run races. They're one of the premier swim run organizers in the US, and they put on some fantastic events. So, and we'll be doing tracking for 3 of their other events throughout the year. So make sure you check out them. Up next for us, we've got our Run and Ride series. We'll be out at Valley Fair, which is in Minnesota this coming weekend. Followed by 2 weeks after that, we'll be down in Kings Dominion, in just outside Richmond. And then following that, we'll be in Cedar Point. So for us, it's lots of fun. We're out at amusement parks. Too much candy canes, or candy floss, and all that kind of good stuff that we go and do when we're out there. So I had said last week, we had a couple of announcements for our Tough Race, which is our 3.5 day expedition race we're doing in September. So 2 important announcements with that. We've reviewed the course. We've looked at our communications plan and safety, and we've had some requests for this. And so we're going to move forward and actually open up the option for soloists to come and join us there. So we're pretty excited about that. It's a kind of a big deal, a big step for people to come and do that race as a solo. So what we'll be doing is, once you've signed up, if you want to come and do it as solo, we're actually doing a little bit more of a vetting process for you guys. You need to have done at least 2 expedition races in the past of that kind of length, or have the relevant experience to come out and do that. We'll be in touch if you sign up and make sure that you are fitting our criteria for the solo category. So we're pretty excited about that. And we've done solos before in a lot of our 24, 26-hour races, and they go really well. And I think the course this year kind of lends itself to be able to open up that opportunity for soloists as well. The other little update is we're actually going to remove our rope section. We had a rope section set up, and we've been out a couple of times and reviewed it. And really we're taking it out because it's not really adding anything to our course. It's part of the linear and the progression of the course, but it's not that spectacular. It's a little bit messy. And we just felt the end we were kind of throwing that rope section in just for the sake of throwing a rope section in. So we're actually removing that part from the course. It certainly doesn't diminish the rest of the course that you're going to be racing on out there. So check out our Shenandoah Tough. We've got that's coming up September 13th through 16th. On the other expedition side of stuff, Expedition Africa starts this week. So Heidi and Stefan, they're the race directors out there. That's a super cool race. That's been going on a long time, and those Stefan and Heidi both put on a really good race. And we've got a mix of some US teams out there. They've got a big field. It's just over 40 teams that will be racing. So that'll have live tracking. It's part of the World Series of events. So make sure you tune into Expedition Africa and see what's going on down there. For Strava Challenge this week, we're going to mix it up and do something a little bit different. So for our Shenandoah this week, we actually set up 2 segments. So we set up 2 of our own custom segments on the course. And what we're going to do is award this week the winners of those particular segments. And we had one segment that people loved. It was running from east to west on Bare Bottom Loop. And Jim McMillan, he got King of the Mountain on that leg. So Jim, we're going to send you a prize over for that particular segment. And then we had another segment which was on Red Ridge down to Colors, and we had we had a King of the Mountain, John Guardio, and he actually took, I think, first place, second place in over 50s and 6-hour-2. So he'll be getting a prize from us. And we had a new Queen of the Mountain in that segment, and that was Carol Cohen. So we're going to shoot her something too. And Carol was a great volunteer. She came out and did an aid station for us on the trail run on Saturday. So all those 3 guys will be getting something over to you, probably a buff, maybe a gift card, probably just a buff. We'll send that out today. Honorable mention, Barbara May, you hit the top of our leaderboard last week. Good job. You had 20 hours, 43 minutes of activity. Kevin Horvath and Jason Erkvith, you rounded out that with the number 2 and 3 spots. If you're not part of our Strava leaderboard, make sure you go and join. We give prizes out every single week for people who are there, whether it's random, you've done something special. So make sure you check that out. Sponsor of the week, just to wrap it out, is the Bike Stop down in Warrenton. Those guys have been really supportive of us. They actually sponsor part of our race team. Brian is a super cool guy. Go and see him down in the Bike Stop. They've got a great store right there, kind of on the main street, on the high street down in Warrenton. Full service, do bike repairs, bike servicing, sales. Super cool little store, got a nice little area out back. They do rides during the week, so go and check those guys out. And if you have any biking needs, go and see the guys down at the Bike Stop. With that, we'll wrap it up for the week, and we'll catch up with you next weekend. I'll probably be on the road next Monday, coming back from Valley Fair, so we'll check in with you then. See you and have a really good week.